Audio Jungle.
Woman killed in Trelawney after being struck by a police motorcycle. The Falmouth police in Trelawney are investigating a fatal traffic incident in which a woman was killed after being struck by a police service motorcycle on Saturday. The deceased has been identified as 49-year-old Michelle Thompson, a construction worker from Vipers Corner, Savannah Lamar in Westmoreland. The incident occurred about 7 p.m. Thompson was reportedly on Flamingo Beach Road in Falmouth when she allegedly ran into the path of a motor vehicle assigned to the Public Safety and Public Enforcement branch, the police noted. Thompson was hit and sustained severe injuries. She was rushed to the Falmouth Hospital where she later succumbed to the injuries. The Falmouth Traffic Department is investigating. 5 arrested in 1,800-pound ganja bus. 5 men were arrested following a drug bust at South Bowden Wharf in Port Morris, St. Thomas on Thursday. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF reported that acting on intelligence, a team of officers assigned to the Jamaica Defense Force JDF Firearms and Narcotics Investigations Division conducted an operation at 11:30 p.m. to intercept a fishing vessel. Upon arrival, the police conducted a search of the vessel and reportedly discovered bags containing 1,800 pounds of compressed ganja. The 5 men were subsequently taken into custody in connection with the seizure. However, their identities are being withheld pending further investigations. Laborer charged in murder of Crabbed Up. A laborer from Upper Love Lane, Kingston, has been charged with murder following a shooting in the community on October 31st. The accused 28-year-old Christopher has been charged with murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a firearm to commit a felony. The dead is 35-year-old Andre Burke, otherwise called Crab, a vendor of Love Lane. Reports from the Central Police indicate that around 7:45 p.m., Burke was walking home when he was reported an attack by Christopher and another man who opened gunfire, killing him. The gunman then escaped on foot. An investigation was launched and Christopher was arrested and charged following police inquiries. His court date is being finalized. Hilton blasts government for Christmas congestion at Port of Kingston. Opposition spokesperson on trade and global logistics Anthony Hilton says the annual Christmas congestion at the Port of Kingston is due to the government's inaction and the lack of vision in capitalizing on the port's potential. Describing the port as a global and local asset, Hilton has argued that there is need for urgent action to address long-standing issues. Until the cargo imbalance categorizes Jamaica's trade situation is addressed, the annual congestion at the Port of Kingston will remain a source of frustration and risk to local importers, including manufacturers and distributors, Hilton said in a statement issued on Sunday. He argued that while global shipping uncertainties contribute to the congestion, Jamaica's failure to develop logistical infrastructure around the Port of Kingston has been the key barrier. According to him, the shortfall undermines the port's resilience and flexibility, preventing it from becoming a major logistic hub. We must act urgently to take the port to the next level, he noted. Last week, Port Authority of Jamaica said current congestion at the port resulted from a drastic increase of cargo volumes as well as disruptions in mainliners' service schedules. That statement followed a complaint from businessman Richard, the head of one of the country's largest distribution and manufacturing companies. Supply chain challenges are as bad now as it was in COVID. Many ships anchored in harbor waiting to offload, not to mention how many bypassers Jamaica because of congestion, Richard said in a post on social media site X on Wednesday. Hilton also criticizes the government over its handling of the Logistics Hub initiative and the Cayman Special Economic Zone. This failure to compound by the lack of new, significant investments, he added. He said the challenges are a key constraint on Jamaica's economic growth, particularly affecting micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. Industry Minister Aubrey Hill last week dismissed Hilton's criticism about government's purported inaction in advancing Jamaica's interest in developing a global logistic hub. He pointed to a recent announcement by Professor Gordon Shirley, chairman of the PAG, that the government of Jamaica is about to start the de-risking build-out of the Cayman Special Economic Zone. Hilton is a former industry minister and was in charge of logistics under the previous People's National Party (PNP) administration. He faced criticism over a multi-billion-dollar logistic hub proposal. Last month, he said the future PNP administration will update and implement the World Bank-funded logistic hub master plan for Jamaica within the first 100 days of taking office. Spanish Town Road no quick fix. Proper repair will require US $60 million. With frustration mounting over the appalling space of Spanish Town Road, the government has instructed the National Works Agency (NWA) to carry out remedial work on the rugged surface between now and January. But the administration is acknowledging that the work will provide only temporary relief, as a total and proper repair of the heavily used thoroughfare will require a very intense capital project estimated to cost US $60 million. According to Robert Morgan, the minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation with responsibility for works, the short-term work on Spanish Town Road is being undertaken as the government seeks to embark on a larger project which is not a simple quick fix and involves more than just repairing the road surface. The Spanish Town Road issue is not just a road issue per se, it's a sewer issue and it's a drainage issue as well, Morgan explained at last week's Money Exchange, adding that it is also going to require a more collaborative approach with the National Water Commission (NWC) and other stakeholders. Word of the temporary repairs is, however, no comfort to some motorists who traverse the route almost daily. One motorist, whose workplace is along the road, said the temporary work is a short sight and won't address the underlying issues. The uneven road surface is a major cause for concern, not just the gigantic carters. Also, given the extent of the work that needs to be done, how long is it going to last? It is a road that is heavily traveled by trucks and small motor vehicles alike, so if this road cannot be priority treatment, then which one will? The annoyed motorist asked in an interview. Another motorist who uses the road every day as a short route to get to work contended that the infrastructure needs a complete overhaul. I've lost count of the potholes that I have now turned into craters and ditches, especially in the lane heading into downtown Kingston. A permanent, not temporary fix is needed for that road. Driving on Spanish Town Road is like trying to navigate an obstacle course, which there are 3 lanes originally, and now in reality 1 lane, said the motorist, who opted not to be named. The road has been deteriorating since the pipelines were laid a few years ago because it was never properly fixed after that. When you enter Spanish Town Road, from Ferry up to the intersection of Wemont Drive is the worst. The left lane is virtually a stretch of ditches, which forces motorists to continuously zig and zag in and out of that lane and the middle lane in order to avoid the holes, the motorists argued. The pipelines he referred were laid under a $2.4 million portable water transmission main project, which began in November 2020 and was completed in July 2022. It involved the replacement of 8 transmission mains, negatively affecting the reliability of water supply to businesses and communities along the near 12-mile stretch. On completion of the project, Prime Minister Andrew Holness had said that the government decided to undertake the investment given that it has the capability to bring approximately 15 million gallons of water into Kingston and St. Andrew. The construction phase frustrated motorists and residents alike, given the impact on traffic flow and water lock-offs. But now, with the water issue basically resolved, the NWC has been blamed for the current deplorable state of the road. Morgan noted that the government has been trying to fix the issues along the thoroughfare and has done some work on the section closer to 6 miles. There was some work that was done, but it is just a drop in the bucket. It requires much more, he said, adding that the government is pondering whether to place the project under the Shared Prosperity through Accelerated Improvement or Road Network Spark program or treat it separately. It's not just the NWA, it is about the NWC. It is about what are the plans for the next sewer system, he noted. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.